Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to Build Exclusively with Antonio T. Smith Jr. Glad to have each and every one of you on the call this morning. We're excited, as always, because we are in the executing slash building phase of everything that we want and deserve. So, just for a little bit, I'm a teacher, so I will have this awkward silence if need be. We just gonna be sitting there, okay? You gonna hear this music in the background of Starbucks, okay? But my question is, what did we learn from yesterday? Okay, 4 types of CEOs. Did you figure out which type of CEO you were? Y'all think I'm playing with this awkward silence? We're gonna have it.
Well, my last name is Allen. My first name is Adrian. I used to always sit in the front by the teacher. My desk used to always be right at the door. So I guess I will go first.
Go ahead, Ms. Adrian.
We learned about the 4 different types of CEOs. I think I'm an average CEO, but then by the end of the call, as we were talking about all of the different things and the way that we feed and prompt the ChatGPT, I'm a effective or great CEO because at the end of the day, I'm not going to leave it in the air. I'm going to finish it to completion with the ChatGPT. Now, I need to just work on, putting it out there in the universe so that the universe can know that I'm a great CEO. But you have to feel it within yourself. You have to understand, what it is that you're doing and then attack it from there. But it was the first part. What was it? Ineffective, average, good, and great.
That's it.
That was where the 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I would say average, and then by the time we finished and we talked about how to prompt and how to pull out what you need from the ChatGPT, it made me feel a little bit better about myself because I said, okay, at least I know the way that I ask the computer the questions, it comes through completely. And then when I do get a team, I'll be able to show the team exactly how I did it, and then also let them feel comfortable doing it too. And we talked about the kids doing it, and incorporating it, like teachers incorporating it. So everybody needs to embrace it. The embracing of the ChatGPT makes you a great CEO because then you can also understand the different personality types that you have within your group. So, and if you don't, you can actually ask ChatGPT. I'm having a problem with an employee. Like you can give Chat the situation with the employee, and then Chat will even give you a way to handle whatever that situation was. Sometimes you want to play with it just to see. I told you I like to push it to the limit. Somebody told me about the red pill community yesterday, and me, y'all are the only people that have exposed me to the matrix to the point where I know anything. They were talking about there's a whole red pill community and this, that, and I was like, what? And so before I completely went like, what? I think I've tripped him out because I actually pulled up my ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT, what is the red pill community? And I read it and he was like, wait, what you say? I said, no, what we're not going to do is argue because I see right now that we're in two different playing fields. I don't even deal in stuff down here at the bottom where you are. But if this is where you are, I got the answer from ChatGPT. And then that conversation was shortly ended. So that's what that's what I got.
Thank you so much, Miss Adrian. All right. We were discussing 4 types of CEOs and what people have learned from yesterday and have they figured out what type of CEO they are. You know, I was in teaching mode. We had that awkward silence. The Adrian said, "You know what? I'm gonna go first." So
Well, I'll
now,
go second,
all right, Miss Sandra.
right behind Adrian. She's
You
one
know,
of
this is
those.
my girl right here. Go
those
on, go second. This my girl. I like
one
the
that
way you
step.
just, you know, I'm a go second, step up. I like it.
But when I can, I'm gonna do it. And when I can't, I'm still trying to do it. But I want to say that I'm a good CEO. I want to get to being a great one. And I know this category is not there, but I want to get to being a phenomenal one and then an extraordinary one because I want to leave more than a legacy, if that makes sense. There are so many things that I want to accomplish, and I see myself moving and getting things done.
Miss Sandra, you there? Oh, we may have lost her to a dead spot.
It's like somebody walked up on her and she had to
Yeah.
die. Ah,
It's an encouragement
Oh, there we go.
because one of the things that Chat GPT has taught me is that it doesn't matter how slow I am, I'm still moving. And to get that encouragement from Chat GPT, it amazes me. We on a communicative basis where I'm communicating with him every day. So that's important to me. So in order to get to being those other CEOs that I want to get to, I'm going to keep striving to do that. I'm looking forward to what I'm going to start doing, um, executing for the 57-day webinar thingy that I'm going to do. I'm extremely excited about that. And I still have to reach out and get some stuff pulled in so that I will be able to be on the front line versus sitting in the back of the class saying that's what I want to do, because I'll never be able to get to those phenomenal CEO measure if I'm still sitting in the back. And I was already told you need to be in the front. So yeah, don't do that. So I'm moving, and I know that there are things that I have to work on, and I see them, and it's an encouragement to me because I haven't had the opportunity to work solely on what I want and what I see that I want for me, because I've been a good CEO for others, but now I have to be the CEO for Sandra, and that's big to me. So yeah, that's 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 what I got, and I'm going to keep working towards doing that because I believe once you reach one area CEO, then you could teach others. Hey, baby, I'm good. How are you? Good. Once you reach um, a level of excellence in front of someone, you can actually be the steps that they need to get to the excellent walk that they aspire to be.
All
I
right,
hope that
then.
makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you so much, Miss
yes, ma'am.
Sandra.
That makes sense.
That's it. All right. Anyone else figured out what type of CEO they are, or something else that you learned now? You don't have to tell what type of CEO you are if you don't want to. Miss Adrian and Miss Sandra chose. I didn't say you had to tell me. I just say, have you figured out what type of CEO you are? So that you can, if it's not the type of CEO you desire to be, you some things you got to work on. But as long as you figured it out, hey, you got to be truthful to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. Okay. I mean, you can,
Yeah, I
but
had to tell it. I had to tell it because it makes a difference to me. It's like walking around and you got on the wrong size shoes, but you won't tell nobody, and it can be fixed.
That's
Oh,
what
I
we said.
got these socks that'll fill those shoes until you can get to, you know, being able to fit the shoes on your own, and so on and so forth. So I had to do that. I'm be quiet.
Right, thank you, Ms. Sandra. All right, anyone else? Anyone else?
I'll share real quick.
Okay, we got Miss Stephanie and then Auntie Shelley. Go ahead.
Okay. I think if I could be very honest with myself, I'm right between the ineffective and the average. If there was a spot right there,
Listen, I ain't
um,
mad at you, okay?
right in that place, because I think, to grow into being a great CEO, I think someone said it yesterday. I think it was Susan, is that you have to be a great CEO of yourself and managing yourself, and that could lead on into your business. And no one teaches us how to do a lot of things. A lot of things we don't know how to do from even going to school or even from our parents. So we're just kind of walking through this life and learning as we're going, to manage a lot of things. And so I think, at times even failing in areas actually helps us to grow and to develop. But sometimes we don't even know where to start. How do I even get up? So I think, looking at yourself internally and being very honest about where you are and how do I get there, and then using ChatGPT to actually ask those questions, and then going from there. So that's what I learned. I learned that, and also writing down, you know, things for myself, for my business, step by step. And then even going back and reviewing those steps that I didn't do and holding myself accountable for those things. So
All right,
that's
I like that. I like that, Miss Stephanie. Knowing who you are or where you are, and then learning how to get to where you want to go. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. All right, Auntie Shelley, you're up.
Good morning. I like what Miss Stephanie said as well. I did make a decision on the type of CEO that I would like to be, that I feel that I'm capable of being based on businesses that I've had in the past. However, when you added the personal component of evaluating yourself and you as a person, then that became a horse of another color, because a lot of times we don't think about that. We're focusing on the outside and the actual business. But then when you put the personal in that scenario, then it makes a difference. So because of that, it made me go back. I feel like I have to go back to A and reevaluate myself as a person and move forward to executing my business differently, or including being mindful, I'll say, or intentional of monitoring myself. So I thought from the past that I was, I never looked at it as, I always tried to shy away from the CEO part of it, or was that person that was in the background and using a lead person to try and be the face of the business. I worked behind the scenes pretty much. And what I would say is, the question was, what did I learn? What I learned was that I have the potential and the desire, but that I need to incorporate or do some work in the area of personal, which is part of the reason why I was in Antoine's group and a part of this group as well, to help build myself. And it will help me on the execution the second time around, or the third time around. And that was what I learned, that I need to do some work on myself and prepare and push past that barrier of incorporating artificial intelligence now that I've been exposed and I've learned so much, and see how it can be beneficial. So it's a motivator for me to push past that, what I would say was fear of the unknown, and utilize it, because I really don't have an excuse at this point. And yesterday was an awesome conversation. So did you want me to tell you what kind of CEO I thought it was? Or I can
Oh,
go on.
no. You can die on the sword, or you can hold on to that and, work that out. It's all on you.
Well, I'm good. I think what I just said is powerful, because that
What?
was, that's a step forward. It really is.
I do understand. I do understand. Now, I want to thank all of you. Um, for saying what you learned yesterday, because we're going to have a continuation of that today. Because now that you recognize what type of CEO that you are, life CEO, business CEO, now what we can do is we can break down, okay, now that I know I'm this kind of CEO, this is where I lack. And I'll put the Antonio's 4 types of CEOs in the chat for you, so you can go back and see those, because now that you recognize what type of CEO you are, now we can move forward to discuss what you can do using AI to over deliver and overperform, to move you to that. If you're the ineffective, move to the good. If you're the good, move to the great. If you're the great, move to the, if you're the ineffective, move to the average. If you're the average, move to the good. If you're the good, move to the great. Now we're going to talk about specific sections. We're going to talk about specific sections like video automation, how you can do it, customer service, things like that. But you first have to realize who you are. And from what I'm hearing from what you guys learned yesterday, y'all are already like, okay, this type of CEO I am. So since this type of CEO I am, now let's move it forward. So I want to thank each of you. Now, when it comes to artificial intelligence, the first thing we want to focus on is customer service. Because how you serve people is how your bank account looks. Antonio I'm not saying anything Antonio hasn't repeated before. And again, guys, this is going to be extremely interactive. Antonio does go back and watch the replays. He watched yesterday's. You look Grace shaking her head because he had a conversation with both of us. Not bad conversations, but he had a conversation with both of us. Just saying, how he enjoyed what he saw. He enjoyed what he saw. But y'all talk to me, because Miss Stephanie was quiet. And Miss Stephanie, but when Miss Stephanie said, this is what I'm working on, she went from an ebook to an ebook, a course, a podcast. Because when she expressed what she was doing, we were all like, oh, well, you can do this, you say how to do that. That's why you speak up. There's no, we're all grown, but we still have those moments of, well, I'm not going to speak up because I don't want to sound stupid, or I'm not going to speak up because I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't want to sound dumb, or what I have to say is not important. No, what you have to say is absolutely the most brilliant thing we've ever heard. You are the most important person in the room, and we value what you say. This is that safe place. So please, y'all talk to us. So talk to each other. This is a mastermind. It's building with Antonio. We're not teaching you anything anymore. We're walking you through the same stuff we're doing. So if you're walking with us and you have questions, be like, excuse me, hey, I got a question. This ain't work for me. Make it make sense. Ms. Adrian do it all the time. Like, this ain't work for me. Make this make sense. Or she'll sit there and she'll tell you, look, it wasn't working for me. I had some conversations and now it makes sense to me. So y'all, you know, we're in this together. This is not I'm the engine leader and y'all are the caboose. No, this ain't that kind of conversation. We all got our own engines and we're going in the same direction. But the piece of your engine may have fallen out. Well, you know what? Mine did that last week. So let me help you put yours back in. That's what this is. So we gonna work. Yes, sir.
On that same energy. And that's why I'm sitting here laughing. After the call yesterday, myself and Stephanie continued what was started in the call yesterday morning.
Come through. Come on.
It was phenomenal. We spoke. She said, you know, I heard her this morning say, between ineffective and average. No, she's not. No, she's not. You know, that may be the way she feels, but that's not who she is. She shared some things with me yesterday that blew my socks off. And as I was listening to her, I said, you know, what you're saying to me is a confirmation of what was said to me years ago. And God is using you to confirm what was already said. And I was like, blew me away, just blew me away. And by the time we finished, she gave me something that I needed. Right now, she's gonna be getting something in the mail after this meeting.
Whoop, whoop.
It's coming to her to help her with her ebook. And I just wanted to share that with everybody because that's what happened yesterday because we spoke up. So on that same energy, Deanna, you are right on the money.
Thank you.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I-
Miss.
Oh, sorry. No, I wanted to say thank you for saying that because I think Adrian, I think she was saying like she sits in the front of the classroom. We're almost conditioned to think like we're afraid to speak up because we don't, like you said, we don't want nobody to know that we don't know. I really don't know what's going on, you know? I really don't know how to start a business. I really don't know, you know, what ChatGPT really is. But like you said, if you don't speak up, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't talk, you know, nothing's gonna happen. So you gotta speak as afraid as it is for me to speak, I'm talking. So that's pushing me to get past myself to help other people.
Come on,
And
Miss.
I'm so glad you said that.
Because I feel the struggle.
There is something that is happening within me that I have shut down several times before in my life, dealing with that self-sabotager and hearing from yesterday where I wasn't able to get on the call like I really wanted to, and getting all of what I got and then hearing what I'm hearing today is so very vital. And like you said, if we don't place ourselves where we not even want to be, but where we need to be, so that we can get where we desire to be in the end. Because there's always a window that you're looking out of saying, well, I want to be over there. But if you don't open the door, then there's no way to get out unless you climb through that window. And if you climb through the window, then you're going to cause yourself abrasions that you did not need to do in order to get to where you want to get to. So that's the life that I have been living for myself. But since I have been with the ATS team, and uh, he's larger than life to me. That's just a Sandra, because when you come from where I come from, and you know that there have been no lifeguards, there have been no utensils put in place where you can actually help yourself to get to where you want to be. It it speaks extreme value when you finally get to that point and you've been hearing that it's a promise from God that it's going to happen, but you don't see it. So being able to open the door is really big, and that's what Chat GPT has helped me to do. Because where I have not been able to get my words together to say in front of someone, me and Chad, we be chilling. And I can say it to him and he'd be like, oh, I understand. Let me help you with this. I could do this and da 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 da. And it shoots out a whole different web of beautiful sequences that help me put things together. And I'm like, wow, that's exactly what I was talking about. So being able to hear you all say where you're going and knowing that I know that I'm a good CEO, but when it comes to being a good CEO for yourself, there are places that I have to be in order to get to being a great CEO and past that. Because being a grandmother, there's no way in hell you cannot be a CEO of the many grandchildren that I have and great grandchildren and my children and so on and so forth. Not to mention the children that I've adopted on my job and the people that come to me and need these things, and how I'm automatically treated simply because of having the CEO mentality and being able to walk in it. It makes a difference. However, being able to push forward and do it for myself, it makes a big difference to me, which is why I'm glad to hear all this, because I'm not playing. Come June the 2nd, that's my birthday. I'm pushing out this 57-day extravaganza. Y'all know what I want to say.
We got you.
I'm pushing that out because it's vital to me. And I want to do I'm going to do the webinar and put that together. So hearing that there are still meetings going on and that I can reach out to people that will help me to do what I have no clue of doing makes me happy, because I don't want to be shut out and I don't want to be just trying to figure it out in the dark. So I'm happy that I can open the door. And having said that, one of the things I want to ask for now is, and it might be, well, it's going to be after the meeting, if anyone is available to help me to start um, working on that webinar and how to get it set up. I don't know all of the angles. I think that the laptop that I have, it is, I don't know, handicap, I want to say, but I'm definitely going to see what I can do to get to where I need to be able to have that started, if that makes sense. I've been trying to do I did a commercial, a video commercial.
All right. No,
um,
that's awesome.
it I did the best that I could do, and at the time. It's crazy, but I still put it out there. It's on YouTube. I put it on the other platforms that I have, but I definitely want to what you what you call it, critique it.
Critique.
Yeah. So I want to be able to do that and do one for specifically inviting people to the webinar. I don't know how to do the code thing, which God bless me to be able to have that. I put that out where people can link up with me,
Mm-hmm.
and the scan code, I think it is, but it's not a
The
barcode,
QR code.
QR code. Okay, so that is put in place. I put that out so that people can reach me, but I want to get this to where it is like really, really out there, if that makes sense.
No, it
So,
makes sense.
so if anybody have the time, say after about 8 this evening, because that's when I get off about 8:30. If anyone can help me, at least give me some pointers so that I could try to figure out what to do in order to move forward. I'm open to the help, and Sandra is asking for help. How about that? Instead of
Yeah.
giving all the help out to the children and grandchildren and other people, I'm asking for it for myself so that I could be the best CEO for me.
All right. Uh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sandra. Thank you, Miss Sandra, for your transparency. Thank you for asking for help. And we're definitely going to make sure you get that help, because that's why we're here. Because again, we're all moving. From what it sounds like, I get what I think I get what you're trying to do, and I think I know how to help you. So I will reach out to you this evening. I do have one question. What platform are you doing this on? Because that helps me further help you.
I know a little bit about operating Zoom.
Perfect.
I tried doing the StreamYard, but it glitches and lags and cuts me off. So I'm kind of off with that. I've been trying to get the Zoom going straight for a minute now. And I think that once I find, I don't want to spend time continuing trying to find what's going on versus asking. So I'm 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 there. Sugar has helped me to get to some of those defining moments, but I know for me, I know that I'm not thoroughly there, and I want to be thoroughly there where I am visible and up and running operative when June the 2nd comes.
All right. All right. So we will definitely get you that. We'll definitely get you that assistance so we can make sure you're up by June 2nd. Definitely.
Thank
Now,
you.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Now, there were a few things that were said, so I want to, Grace, if you can do me a favor and make sure Stephanie is in the fan page, the fan group.
She is.
Oh, awesome. Then I'm trying to see, because I don't want you to go through every single video and tag her in it, so she can go through your notes, because you took the notes, so you would know better than me. That's what I'm asking you. Go through the notes and check the titles, and based on what Antonio taught, can you tag her in those videos or and tag her in those videos, because I heard her say, I really don't even fully know what ChatGPT is, and I've, haven't started, and I'm still building a business. So if we can educate her on what ChatGPT is, then she will go into her natural strengths and conquer ChatGPT, of course, with us helping her and her asking questions, like she has been, because I definitely want to make sure she does get that. And I'm gonna do this. I'm just doing this to I'm doing this to help Stephanie real quick, because Miss Stephanie, I just want to show you how ChatGPT can really, really help you. Okay. I'm starting a business, starting a nonprofit, or I'm starting a business, period. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. How many of y'all have been there?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because let me tell you something. Before ChatGPT, I used to sit. I worked before. I had a wonderful position at a wonderful job where from 8 to 12, I focused solely on what that job was paying me for. From 1 to 5, that was all me. That was all me. From using the printer to using the internet to making phone calls, that was all me. My very first business was started at the last not the last company I worked for, but the I'm gonna say maybe like the first apartment complex I worked for. I put it that way, because that's how it's structured. And then it just so happens that my manager supported me. So she was like, do this from this to this. And she gave me that skill. She said, as long as your work is done, I don't care what you do after that. From 8 to 12, don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Let me get this done. What's your checklist? What you need me to do? Okay, here's the checklist of everything I've done. It's all, I used to print out a daily checklist for her. Everything I did went underneath that checklist and it went on her desk. Because from 1 to 5, that was all me. During these 4 hours from 1 to 5, I researched, I Googled, I did everything, but I was still missing a step in my plan on building my business. Now, how many of you have built a business and never actually thought about how you're going to sustain it financially? You never thought about, what if this don't sell how I expect it to? I mean, we've all been here. We've all been here. Have you experienced the, man, I'm putting my stuff out there because it's great, but nobody's buying, because you never actually niched down, like went down to the niche what you were doing? No worries. So, Miss Stephanie, a quick run through of ChatGPT, and I don't know what I'm doing. Just show you how wonderful ChatGPT is. Okay, so I am starting a business in, what state are you in, Miss Stephanie?
Sorry, what was that?
What state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
In the state of Florida. This business is focused on, okay, so you're starting a business. What is the focus of your business? Like, what are you starting this business for?
Caregiving youth.
Caregiving what?
Caregiving youth. Youth who take care of a family member.
Wow, this business is focused on youth. What do you have an age group of this youth? Is it like 14 to 18?
From 8 all the way to high school. So probably from elementary/middle school to high school.
Gotcha.
There's already one program that exists like this, but we'll use this one for now.
There you go. You say youth caregiving, so break that down for me. Is that like the youth are caregivers for someone else, or
Yeah, so you caregivers who take care of either a parent, a sibling, or a grandparent who's either ill, sick, or disabled at no fault of their own. And they're providing daily, things such as medication management, helping them get out of bed, preparing breakfast, all these things they're doing before they go to school. So imagine a child doing that, what adult would do for another adult.
as young as 8?
Yes, it's a hidden population that people don't know exists. So there are about 3.5 million youth caregivers in the United States alone.
I believe it. Being a teacher, I believe it.
Wow. Talk about a niche.
Not to
Deanna,
say how much that
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
there is a commercial that I've seen on Facebook. And if you ever see it, you will cry your eyes out. It's overseas. It's this little boy, and he's about 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He comes late to school every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when he walks into the classroom, the teacher says, "Come here."
Yep.
And he puts his hand out and he smacks his hand with this
Yep.
stick. And the boy says nothing and goes and sits down. And this happens every day. One day, the teacher happened to be riding his bicycle early and sees this little boy pushing his grandmother in a wheelchair, bump, 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 and then running after he gets her into the house to the school, okay, to get his education. And when the teacher saw that, when the kid came in that day and put his hand out, the teacher took the stick and put it in his hand and stuck his hand out.
Yep.
Because he had no clue
Wow.
that the reason this boy was late every day because he was a caregiver.
Yep.
And he was punishing this boy for doing the right thing.
Wow.
I got my tissues. And
Yes.
this commercial ain't no more than about 2-3 minutes. I
Mhm.
cried like a baby. Awesome.
It
Yes.
pulled at your heartstrings. It was so amazing. I was, ooh,
Yes.
hit me too.
Yes.
Hit me too.
Wow.
Yeah, I was actually a youth caregiver when I was in high school. I was sharing this with Jerome yesterday. When my father had a heart attack and a stroke. And so it caused our family to not have the financial resources because he was in the hospital. And then my mom was not able to work. So I had to start working while still going to high school. So imagine what it does to the whole family unit when a child has to take care of their parent or a sibling.
Right. No, I actually saw a TikTok where this girl was saying, y'all think we're wrong for not wanting to take care of our parents, but they grew up like what you're just talking about. They grew up having to take care of themselves and their parents, make sure their parents were, waking up to go to work, or they went to work to help their parents pay certain stuff. And she was like, no, I did that. Now I'm going to take care of me. So when you talk about how that shifts the family dynamics, when the child is the adult, by the time the child becomes an adult and people are coming to them, you need to help your parents and like, no, I already did that. I'm not doing it again. Like, they are grown. That is their responsibility. But yeah, so wow. So you definitely have an amazing niche. So
Deanna,
yes.
sorry. Because she's spot on, because my cousin had to take care of my aunt because she got so and she didn't I don't even think she knew that she had diabetes, but she had lost so much weight and was so little, and my cousin had to take care of her and for years, and she had her first job at 14. You know what I'm saying? So from 14 till really when my aunt passed, she was still taking care of her, making sure she took her meds and all that. I mean, it and her brother didn't really help not one bit. It was her that did most of it. I was like, so yeah, it happens a lot.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what was happening with my eldest, going through what I had to go through. Um, she was definitely doing a lot, taking care of the babies for me, making sure that I was, being cared for. She tried to patch me up best she could, all kind of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a place for it.
Wow. Wow. All right, Miss Stephanie. What I'm gonna do is, because this will help you once you get into Chat GPT. As you see, we have all these chats over here. These are saved chats that we've done before. So I'm going to ask Grace if she can send you this prompt to just give you a starting place.
Okay. Thank you.
And you're very welcome. I'm going to do it here so you can see it, but I also want you to have the prompt to do for yourself, so you have that chat history so you can go back to it. So you're starting a business in the state of Florida. There's a reason why I put that, because starting businesses they're different. It's different rule. It's basically the same process, but it's different rules based on state. Because in the state of Texas, we have to go through the Texas Comptroller, and we are required to do a franchise fee, like every quarter or something, or annually we have to pay like a franchise fee. Even if you're not franchising, which is crazy. I haven't figured that part out yet. I'm gonna work that out. I'm gonna figure that out. My brain, it don't sit well with my brain, so I'm gonna have to figure it out, because it's gonna bother me until I do. So I'm starting a business in the state of Florida. This business is focused on youth 8 years old to high school students who are caregivers for someone older than them. I have no clue what I'm doing or where to start. This business is to help these children and assist them in caregiving for a parent, grandparent, and or sibling. Can you give me a step-by-step process for starting this business? I'm gonna hit enter. Carlos gonna, he thinking, and there you see, look. Research and define your business concept. And then it tells you what that means. Understand the needs and challenges faced by youth caregivers. Identify the specific services and support you will offer to address those needs specifically. Then you develop a business plan. Give me 1 second. Making a note for myself. Hold on 1 moment.
While she's doing that, Stephanie, when you can, privately send me your email address and phone number, please. Thank you.
Okay, I'll send that.
Damn. Thank you, Grace. So, and I'm going to email this to you, because look, it's giving you 11 steps. But it's telling you that you wanted to start a business and you had no clue. And I'm doing this to show you just how much artificial intelligence, Miss Stephanie, will move you further ahead faster in your own skill set, in your own strengths. Because you know what you're doing. But to structure that, so you can CYA with the state you live in as a business. Yeah, I CYA, because that's what you got to do with businesses. You got to, Chat GPT can help you with that structure. Because look, it's telling you from the very beginning: research and define, develop a business plan, determine a legal structure, register your business. And look, it tells you visit the Florida Division of Corporations website and register your business name. See, with us, we go to Texas Comptroller website. And that's why I said each state is different. I can't, if I tell Miss Stephanie, oh, just go to your state comptroller. This say the Division of Corporations. So because she doesn't know what she just said, I don't know what I'm doing. We understand. Because see, me, I would have only, the only thing I did when I first started my company is got a DBA. I didn't know I needed to incorporate. This is the very first company I ever started. It was back in 2009. That's how long ago this was. Wow, it's been a long time. Almost 2 decades almost. I'm 6 years shy of 2 decades from starting my own business. I'm gonna have to celebrate that one. All right. But I would have only had a DBA. So if I would have got hit with anything legally, I would have screwed myself over because everything was in my social, in my name. I just had a DBA. But I didn't know about Texas Comptroller at the time. But now you know, determine what your structure is, and then you go to the Florida Division of Corporations to register your business. Obtain any necessary permits. Now this lets you know, okay, so what am I doing? This makes you ask a question to yourself. What am I doing? Am I doing anything that's going to require permits, licenses, or certifications? And then it says you may also need to register for taxes, such as obtaining an EIN from the IRS. So this is telling you how to get the foundation started for your business, because then you're going to have to go in yourself and start putting you into it. Then it's telling you secure funding. Oh, it's telling you get money. Point blank, get money. But since it told you to have a business plan, now you can use that business plan to go get grants or loans, depending on how you want to do it. Then build a support network. Now, 6 should start when you start number 1. You build your support network before you start building. Because when you tell them, this is what I'm doing, I just want to make this connection with you. So once I get everything solidified, I can come back and tell you, hey, I got what I need together. Is your stuff done? Then you develop service offerings. So those are the programs, the support groups, things like that. Set up your physical space if you're going to have a physical space. Hire staff, develop marketing and outreach strategies. We never think about marketing first when we start a business. We don't think about that. We only think about putting out there what we're getting. So I'm going to also email this list to you, Miss Stephanie, but I just wanted you to see exactly what ChatGPT can do for you when it comes to your business. Now you have an 11-step structure on how to start your business. Now you just go to step 1, and then whatever steps come out of that, you do those steps and then you move on. But just showing you just how ChatGPT can help you over deliver and overperform when you do it in your natural gifts. Your natural gift is to help these children. That is a passion of yours. So now you just use ChatGPT to maximize that and knock it out the ballpark.
Deanna,
That's it.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
You're very welcome.
Stephanie, also, as you're going down those 11 or 12 or however, like, let's say, okay, you know, you need the business plan, but you don't know how to do the business plan. So you can ask for can you give me an example of a business plan? Because you already gave them enough information in the prompt about who you're dealing with, your target area, your niche and everything, and what you're doing, it'll start the business plan for you. And then even in the step of the business plan that they might say you need to add something here. If you don't know what the something there is, you can ask that to, give me suggestions on the something there. And
Yep.
So everything that you need to know will come from the chat just by, once it gives you that information. If you have a question about the information that it's giving, then you can then go back and ask that question. And if it goes, like, I remember if it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can you break down 5? Like, so you don't have to write all of the stuff back over again. Just tell the computer what you want, and it'll work with you like that. And if
I
you
would
have
ask
questions,
it not to give you an example, ask it to write it for you. Say, will you write me a business plan? And it will absolutely do it. And then you can adjust it. Adrian, you're so right. It will do every single step for you. Just go to each step and ask it, okay, now put it together for me. And then you can tweak it from there.
There you
Thank
go.
you. I also find out it could do it in another language too.
Oh,
Spanish.
any language you wanted to do it in, it'll do
Yeah.
it. And
Look
if
at
you
that.
listen to what Antonio says, if you actually say you want to make that an app and you need the code for it, it'll give you the computer code that then you can just send to someone else or give it to someone else that builds that kind of stuff and say, I need this built. Like that. It's really like that.
It really is. So Miss Stephanie, we're going to help you get it built. Miss Sandra, I will be reaching out to you so we can get yours started. But that is the magnitude of
I was
artificial.
going to say that too. Sandra, you need to ask ChatGPT about this webinar. Tell them what you want, 52 days or whatever, however many ways, whatever. You need to tell it what you want, and then it'll tell you what it is that you need. And then it'll say, well, how do I do it? And then it'll break it all down. And you just have to follow what it says. But it will give it to you. It will give it to you.
Because I asked it to sorry,
No, go ahead.
when I was doing my business plan, I was like, okay. I was like, how does that look for me as a personal brand and as a professional ghostwriter? I was like, how does that look for me? And so it was like, okay, bam, 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 bam. And then I just had to fill in some of the things, but it literally helped me to do my business plan. It is amazing because I literally was just kind of like, okay, where do I start? Because business plan was part of it, but it gave me some other steps, and business plan was part of it. So I just needed to be like, okay, it literally went through all of it. And now when I do blogs and things for my Medium, I'll be like, okay, well, based on my personal brand and what we've already talked about, what would be an idea for something that I could do for Medium, or something that I want to do for this site, and it'll be like, okay, well, here's some ideas. And it really is, it will help you go into as much depth as you want, or if you just want to kind of blanket, you can go blanket, but you can go into as much depth as possible, and it will really give you some things that for me, that I didn't even know about, some things that I didn't even think about, and then some things that I was like, okay, but I want to go into more depth on. So it all depends on all of those prompts. I talked to ChatGPT at first, very, a little bit here, a little bit there. I didn't really understand how to talk to it, but then I kind of got even more into it and being like, okay, well, I want this, and I needed to convey this, and I need this in there. So it's great. But yeah, I did my whole business plan, and pretty much maybe 50% some of the things that I do day to day, I do it with ChatGPT. So I'm glad that even Jay finally got on the ChatGPT train. He calls it Chat PT. But anyway, it's still awesome. So yeah, you can put as much stuff as you want in there. And I will be looking at grants my own self, but it's helped me to give other people resources and stuff. Just look it up through ChatGPT. It's awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank each and every one of you. So now over deliver, over perform. I put in the meeting chat the basic general outline for a business plan. It's one that ChatGPT gave me. Carlos is one that Carlos gave me. Sorry, y'all. See, try to say ChatGPT 15 times and see what happened. But no, it's the one I use, and I actually pulled it. I went to ChatGPT and I asked him, can you give me an in-depth, detailed business plan that will definitely, get me funded? And that's what it sent me. And what I do now is before I do anything with the business, I start with a business plan. And I use this outline. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it makes me think of stuff that I never, ever, ever, ever would have thought of. it opens up your brain to your business. It makes you go in depth and deep with your business. It seeps into the soul of your business, depending on how you go at your business plan. So now I want to take next 30 minutes or so, and I just want to, let's go over your customer service and using artificial intelligence, understanding who you are as a CEO, using artificial intelligence for your customer service. Because if you don't have a good foundation for customer service, and the humor consultants would absolutely look, if y'all really want your businesses to prosper, you want to know how to work on your business atmosphere, the culture of your business, definitely get some coaching from Mr. Phil and Miss Susan Sorrentino, because they will show you how to have a very minimal turnover when it comes to your employees, because they're going to teach you how to build that culture. But you have to start somewhere. So Miss Stephanie, I would definitely consider reaching out to Mr. Phil and Miss Susan for some coaching with building your business, so that you know, okay, before anything, I know I got this together. The customer service, if you have a foundation for customer service when it comes to your businesses, or you as a CEO, and mind you, you're doing customer service from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Remember, if you're not a CEO of a business, you are a CEO of your life. So the moment you wake up, if you got kids, the moment they knock on your door, that's customer service. If you care for anyone, the moment you wake up, you're in customer service. So how would you use artificial intelligence to have a wonderful foundation when it comes to your customer service? If anyone has been paying attention, can y'all give me examples of how Antonio is using artificial intelligence for customer service? If y'all been picking up on it, or if you have an idea of it.
Rhino Leg has its own customer service. It does everything.
It's funny because Mr. Phil's sitting here, and I've been with Mr. Phil so long that certain things that when people say, I want to fix it, because not fix it, but add a different twist to it, because
Go
it's
for it.
not customer service, but it's more like customer loyalty.
There you
Because
go.
it's why do you do what you do, and then they make them feel like they need to do it for you too. So I understand that loyalty. So that's just funny that I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm like, he didn't say it. Like, he didn't say customer loyalty.
That's that coaching. That's that coaching.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a coached. I'm a student. Um, but anything from a concern to a care to a need, like if you hear the need, you can put it into Carlos, and then he will give you the answer to that person's need. So, like, so whatever it is, I know that they have it set up, how where like they do the chat boxes and all that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
if you have the chat box and the chat box is saying that this is what they need, you put it into the, well, I call it Chivit, but you put it into the thing, and then it runs it down for you. So now you have that answer. And not only is it like just out of the, like you didn't just pull it out of the sky, but it's a real generated answer regarding, the unbiased approach of something. So you're not offending or anything, but if someone's having a problem, you can talk to it about the problem. If they need something else, you can plug that in and it'll give you what they need. But like, I know when I was talking to it, and you started talking about customer loyalty, a lot of times, like we were talking about Stephanie and the ebook, and how to gain, Like one of the main things that you need to do in your company is to build your community. So you want to then maybe even ask Chibit, what are some of the ways that I can, you know, find people, like, or how do I get emails? So then it'll give you an example. You can do an ebook, you can do a web, you could do a free webinar, whatever they like. So if you ask the question, then it will give you 4 or 5 different ways that you can do it. Another one is like, how people like to play games, like, so they make it like a game or whatever. You can ask it, you can ask Chibit to fix it so that it seems like the people are playing, and then you'll watch it develop. Like, you can play with it, and but that is how I see Antonio doing it, because like everything that we've said for the last maybe year and a half, at one time he was teaching us what he knew. And then all of a sudden there was like a switch in it because people were coming back with, well, this is this and this is that, and I like to do this. And the next thing you know, you would say it one day and then he would be doing it the next day. So within the customer loyalty, now you're like, okay, I'm not even listening to anybody else. I'm going back to this person because this person is feeding, like I was talking to this person and this person heard me because he answered my call, So that's how I just think that the Chibit gives you a worldly view. Like, as I only can see things from where my house is in Philadelphia, So I can't talk to Jerome the way that I need to talk to Jerome so that he thinks that I'm up the street. Chibit makes it all easy so like everybody can hear it and be like, yes, that is what we need. So that's what the customer loyalty would do to me. I think, it just makes people think that you're listening. They want to feel like they're heard. Like, I like when I go into the store, like I'd lost my phone. I tell people this all the time. I have lost my phone almost over 10 times. And every time I get my phone back, regardless of where I'm at, how I am, or whatever. And it's always because of whoever I was in that moment when I left it. The people be like, the lady with the blonde hair, the funny lady, the lady that just left here, she left her phone. And then so like they might even hold it until I come back. And then when that lady comes back, they're like, oh wait, you left your phone. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you do not have my phone. But that's a loyalty. Like, that's that's like customer loyalty. It's like, I will always be indebted to like that Wawa, because the employees, they knew me. They didn't rob me. But so when you make people feel like you are loved the way that they want to be loved, that's where they're coming back. That's like a eureka, you found it type thing. Like, wow, people still do that in the world? Yeah. And then you're connected forever.
There you go. That customer loyalty. Thank you, Miss Adrian, for the appropriate verbiage. And thank you, Mr. Phil and Miss Susan, for your connotation.
Well, Deanna,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a customer loyalty little story from this morning. Our daughter's speaking in Canada, and she texted me late last night wanting to know, how she can use her phone in Canada without roaming. And so I called when they weren't open until 8 this morning. Well, we have been with AT&T for as long as our business, since they were open, that our business could use them. I don't know if it's 40 years, 30 years, however long, we have been loyal to them because of the way they treat us in our business every single time. And so this morning, the girl, she just wanted to know everything about what we do and, all of our business. I ended up telling her all these stories and clients we've been with and, some of the cool places we've been and all of that. And we just had a great conversation, and then, directed her to our website for tools and videos to help her, with customers that aren't always so nice. You got to remember they're just people doing a job too. And when you scream and yell at them, you're not going to get anywhere. So, after about 30 minutes, I said, well, I need to know, I got to get off because she's waiting. And she said, oh, well, you have Mexico and Canada included in your plan, so there's no problem. So I'm like, okay, I got to go. I got to tell her, So that was a story. And I have that a lot speaking. And it's all sometimes the tone of your voice and the way you interact with people. Because, you never know, it comes back tenfold, however you treat people. So that was my morning story. And she was thankful. And I said, if it shows roaming, don't worry about it. We're not paying for roaming. Just make the calls, call me, call home and check on your pets and whatever you need to do. You're fine.
There you go. Look at that. Customer loyalty is extremely important when building your business, but sometimes we don't think about everything. But when you use artificial intelligence, you can over-deliver and overperform. Chef Jay says she uses chat to respond to her clients, whether it's a follow-up, to confirm events, reviews, etc. That's how you that's how you use artificial intelligence, because sometimes you are in such a disarray, or you have so many things in your brain where just to be able to just create or put together a small message is very hard for you, because you can't think of the words to say. Like, you sit here, you're looking at the message and you're like, how do I respond to this? I can't think right now. Oh, wait, okay, here's ChatGPT, here's the message. How should I, can you give me a response for this? And it'll break it down for you. Using artificial intelligence when it comes to customer loyalty, you may think it's impersonal, but you have to put in the prompt to get the response. So it's very personal because it's still coming from you. So Grace said Antonio built an entire to address customer loyalty. Antonio built an entire program just to address customer loyalty. And he used ChatGPT to assist him building this program, building this software just for customer loyalty. You have, hold on. You have Rhino, I think it's, the first one is Rhino Hub. I could be wrong. Rhino Hub is, no, Rhino Hub. So you have Rhino Hub. How does Rhino Hub help with customer loyalty? Well, Rhino Hub is the funnel building aspect. But customer loyalty, you use Rhino Hub, you build the funnel, and then you use the artificial intelligence within that funnel to move your customers to where they need to go, to make sure that everything is delivered, to get where it needs to go. You use that funnel to understand who your customers are. So with funnels, you have two different aspects. Okay, they didn't buy. Okay, well, since they didn't buy, let's go through this process with the customers. Since they did buy, let's go through this, go through this process with the customers. Antonio built Rhino Nurture. Rhino Nurture uses AI to help you in nurturing your customers. There's advanced lead classifying. There is sentiment analysis. The best time prediction. What's the best time that this particular person is always on social media? There's campaign management, integration, performance metrics, improved customer segmentation. You may not think that customer segmentation is customer loyalty, but if you are loyal to your customers, you know your customers, and you understand that Grace does not want to go to the gun shop. So she not gonna want to know about guns. She don't even handle guns. But Renee, on the other hand, she go to the gun range every week.
That's right. No, not really, but I just had to put that.
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. So when I segment my customers, I'm gonna put Renee with the customers who go to the gun range every week, and I'm gonna put Grace with the ones who ain't never touched a gun in their life. But but artificial intelligence will help me. Is the word sparse when you? Oh, thank you.
I think
Sparse.
so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use it today. It may be wrong, but I'm gonna use it today. To sparse, but I'm put the actions with it so y'all can tell what I'm trying to actually say, to sparse or separate or, figure out what drives them. Why is that? Grace may never talk about guns, but she may have a strong stance on gun usage. So that lets me understand that, hey, well, since she has a strong stance on this, that means the artificial intelligence is going to let you know, hey, don't put her over here. She have a strong stance on this. She doesn't agree with it. Put her over there. That's right. That's rhino nurture. Then you have a profit pact, which is customer loyalty. But now what Profit Pack does is it has Uncle Romy Rome and Stephanie coming together to create customer loyalty together so they can both get paid. Being able to overperform and overdeliver when it comes to customer loyalty and artificial intelligence, not everybody knows what to say. I'm a koala. I can't go to a lion saying, oh my God, I want to save the world with you. Let's do it. A lion gonna look at me and be like, what you talking about? But if I use artificial intelligence and understand that Miss Adonia is a lion, has the lion personality type. So what I do is I go to artificial intelligence and say, hey, I really want to bring in Adonia as a part of this project. How do I approach her? And how do I build this relationship with her and build this loyalty with her? Artificial intelligence will help me. Okay, well, since she's this personality type, this is how you need to talk to her. That's exactly
You know what? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Deanna. That was so visual to me. That helped me answer a whole lot of questions.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
Thank you. I saw that so clear.
You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Glad I could be of assistance. When it comes to being the CEO you desire to be, we all desire to be great CEOs, but we have some knowledge gaps. So in those knowledge gaps, we're missing a few things, which makes us either good CEOs or great CEOs, because none of us are ineffective CEOs. I'm speaking that. None of us are ineffective. We just have some knowledge gaps to get us to the next level of CEO-ship.
That's right.
You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to go to Carlos, ChatGPT, aka ChatGPT, and I'm going to go to new chat. And I'm going to ask Carlos what I am showing you how to use artificial intelligence to boost your customer loyalty so you can over-deliver and overperform. So my first question that I'm going to ask Carlos, ChatGPT, is what is a wonderful foundation for customer loyalty for my company that, I'm gonna put it in the description. I'm trying to think of which one I want to use. Give me 1 second. You know what? I'm going to use I'm looking for it, y'all. Give me 1 second. I know where to go to find it. I just need to go and find it. That's the board of business description. Okay. I'm copy and pasting my business description. So what is a wonderful foundation for customer loyalty for my company that I put the description of my company here, and I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to see what Carlos gives me, ChatGPT gives me. So I put in my description. Okay, now it's telling me, look, the height of the support of homeless children has established a strong foundation for customer loyalty through several key initiatives. Comprehensive support. That is a customer. Now, the customers for this particular organization are homeless children. So one of the foundational things that I can do for customer loyalty when it comes to these children is address the basic needs of these children: food, shelter, medical care, emotional support. Oh, that's new. By providing holistic assistance. Oh, I'm gonna need this for my business plan. Okay. That's another thing. When it comes to your business plans, you can do this too, because this is powerful when it comes to when you're presenting to other people. Collaborative partnerships. If I build collaborative partnerships, that customer loyalty, when it comes to my kids, I know they're good. Restaurants, shelters, schools, other organizations to identify and serve homeless children, empowering programs, responsible stewardship, awareness and engagement. So now, okay, this is wonderful. I'm going to switch up my words just a little bit because ChatGPT has not been coached. So I'm going to switch up my words a little bit. This is wonderful. Can you give me a list of customer service? Can you give me a list of 10 customer service ideas that I can use to make sure that my customer service foundation is solid when it comes to dealing with the children of the organization? This is how you talk to ChatGPT. You tell them exactly which one. I need a list of 10. They think, okay, look. Create a welcoming environment. Show empathy and understanding. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, what does this have to do with customer service? If a customer is uncomfortable in your environment, you no longer have a customer. If a customer is uncomfortable with the email that you sent them, you no longer have a customer. If you offend your customer with a text message or a certain type of post, you no longer have a customer. So using ChatGPT will allow you to, first off, it's going to tell you this is how you can help this customer. Okay, so let's say you have a customer that comes to you and they're like, Jerome, I really didn't like this poem. It didn't fit well with me. Jerome knows he had a block for 48 hours. Then it took him 72 hours just to get all the words down right. Then you asked for it last minute. So he's rushing. That's why he has the block, because he really can't think straight when you got him on. You just told him this hour, you want it in 48. And now you're upset because he got it to you late when you didn't pay for expedition. it wasn't to your standard when you asked for that last minute, all these things. And I'm using Jerome as an example because he wouldn't do this. But we know of some people who, if a customer came at you a certain way, you're gonna be like, well, first off, let me tell you something. Y'all feeling the sounds. Y'all know what I'm saying. So Jerome can take this person's message, put it into Chat
New
GPT.
York style. Let me holler at you for a minute.
See, there we go. First off, you just slapped me. I'm not finna turn the cheek on this one. You finna get all this right hand power up against your cheek right now. That's the response. It's a natural response. So you pause.
Yep, all of that, all of that. Because
You-
you kind of stepping on my intelligence. Like my worth doesn't matter. No, we're not gonna do that.
but we can't tell them that. We can't. We that's not creating customer loyalty. That's not telling them, you know what? I understand how you feel.
Deanna,
Yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
want to
sir.
interject something real quick.
Go ahead.
Some of y'all remember the story I told you about the guy at McDonald's where I was going to eat him up. And I didn't. I didn't catch him last week because I got there a little later. I caught him this week. And when I walked in there, I saw him. But I say, hey, Mr. Alex. And he came right on over. How you doing, man? I'm doing great. Blah, 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 blah. Like nothing happened. It was amazing. I just wanted to say that,
No,
'cause
that's wonderful.
I was gonna eat him alive. He didn't have a clue. I'm roaming around Baltimore zone. I got something for you. And God say, no, you not. And I told him, I said, God used what happened between you and me to bless me. And I wanted him to know that. I didn't go into any details and all of that, because I don't know if he saved or not. But I said to him, God used our situation to bless me. Thank you. Oh no, blah, 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 blah. It was fantastic. Just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Deanna.
No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful because at that point, God was your Chat GPT. Like, hold on, let me put you on pause. No, Jerome, this is how you gonna respond. That's what Chat GPT does for you. So what Jerome gonna do is Jerome gonna take that comment or that message that customer sent saying what he did wasn't enough. He's not gonna respond. He's going to put it into Chat GPT. Say, hey, can you do a professional response for me to this response?
Thank you, Deanna.
You're very welcome. A professional, empathetic, sympathetic response, because we never know what our customers are going through. They are people just like us. They are not just 16 digits for them to swipe, although we do appreciate it. They are people going through things just like we do. So the day that they come at you, that's when you be like, hey, hold on. Let me think about this customer and this customer's loyalty. Then you go and you say, okay, this is how can I build better customer loyalty with this customer? Not only can you generate a message through ChatGPT, but you can take this customer, you can go into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, Adrian is a wonderful customer. She's always loyal. We've never had any issues she's never come back to us with complaints. She always has wonderful things to say. She's extremely vocal in all of the platforms that we have, and we appreciate her. Can you give me a list of 10 things we can do to show Adrian how much we appreciate her in this organization? And ChatGPT will give you a list of 10 things you can do to show your appreciation for your customers. And then you act upon those things. It could be a weekly newsletter and you acknowledge them in this newsletter. It could be sending a birthday card. It can be anything. But when you can't think of it, artificial intelligence can.
So
No.
Deanna, question. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead, it ain't Shelley.
So you saying that we have to, you know, saying like if they come at us the wrong way, that we have to continue to be cool, and we have to continue to you know what I'm saying, to show that excellence. That's what you're saying, right?
Mhm.
And I'm
Yes,
like, I don't know, man, that seems like a lot of work. I want to be mean sometimes.
Not to
and
your
that's
No, I'm just sometimes I want them to know that I'm from Akron. I want them to know.
not
and
your
I want to
customer.
cut them first and ask questions later. I
and
mean,
I
that seems like a lot of work that you're talking about, Deanna.
Renee,
you know
Renee,
what,
you
Renee?
silly.
She
But
just told you if
tell her
you
the
offend your customer, you don't have a customer.
Oh,
they, they rolled up on me like I'm in a
Oh,
training
yeah.
bra. Surely I have to defend myself because I
you
ain't been in a training bra for years.
and I understand, Renee. I completely understand. But sometimes your first response ain't the best.
I
Then
know
you
I
have to
had to
put
do
on
it.
your AI voice and say, as a CEO, I'm not able to respond to you in the way that I would like to. However, I can suggest something for you.
No, that's why what artificial intelligence allows chat has a good sense of humor. If you ask chat, it'll write you something professional and let your customers know who you are as well in a very nice way. See, Chef J already know. That means she done it. Somebody that came at her the wrong way. And she's like, you know what? I'm not finna lose my integrity and my business behind you. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna talk to you, but I'm gonna let the tone, I'm gonna tell ChatGPT what I want to say to you and let it fix it up for me. Now I'm laughing and joking with y'all about this, but this is how wonderful artificial intelligence is when it comes to helping you overperform and over deliver. It's not just about how you respond to your customers, it's about how you make them feel. And when you're in your feelings, you can't make them feel a certain kind of way because you're going to project the fact that I just don't want you here anyway, going about your business in your messages, and you can't do that. Because they're people just like you. They're going through things just like you. It could be an off day. Uncle Romy Rome already said, he was ready to roll up into McDonald's and tell old boy, hey, look, God dog it, what we not gonna do.
In the
But
name of Jesus.
but God
That's it.
was his chat GPT at the moment and said, no, that's not how we're gonna respond. Because that response is not appropriate. This is a one-time thing for them. They're going through something. God knows more than you do.
I'm sorry. We need to see that real time. Is your chat still up?
It
You
sure
know,
is, Adrian. It sure is.
we got an unruly customer. I want to hear what chat gonna say, please.
I got
'Cause
you.
chat
Let's
is
And
good.
go and put that in the chat so I can put it in notes.
And while you're doing that, I'll say what came to my mind. So when you asked for the 10 ideas concerning your business earlier, for the sake of Stephanie, I know I dozed off, but for the sake of Stephanie, I was just wondering if you mentioned to her that she can also, push the envelope and ask for 10 more suggestions to see, and ask that they not duplicate the previous, so that she can get more suggestions as well, as far as she feel is needed, so that she could see that example.
There you go. Yes. Thank you, Aunt Shelley. You can, once you get those first 10, you can go back and you can ask ChatGPT, can you give me 10 more ideas just like this? So I have a few over here, so I'll definitely do that. Okay. Grace, if you can do me a favor, go go on, like, just find your favorite product, and then find me a complaint that somebody posted about it. Yeah, empathetic, sympathetic, a professional response. The complaint is listed below. I'm gonna shift enter twice. All right, and while I'm gonna copy and paste this. So this is the prompt that I'm gonna use. I'll copy and paste it in the chat. And then while Grace is looking that up.
Deanna,
Yes, sir.
I want to make a comment
Okay.
because although you're talking about this customer loyalty in relationship to ChatGPT and us, right now my brain is telling me to share this with the group, so that's what I want to do. We're and all of us are seeing this. We're living in a society today of entitlement, and that's both sides. That's the person serving and the person being served. You know, I want this, I want it yesterday. This isn't efficient. And so that affects the bottom line. That affects our revenue. So even though we're talking about this mechanically in reference to ChatGPT in our business, in reality, this is your money too. And so my brain thought about back when I was on active duty. And I remember an incident that happened, and it goes in the surrounding customer service. It's surrounding giving excellence or overperforming. So that's why I wanted to share it. One day, a young man, a sergeant, came in and asked to speak to me, and my clerk said, "He's not here right now. Is there anything I can do to help you?" And he said, "No." He said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "No." He says, "I'll come back later." So he came back the next day, and the same young man who waited on him the day before was there, and he asked for me again, and he says, "Yes, he's in. Let me go let him know you're here." So he goes to me and he says, "Hey, Sergeant Red, there's a guy at the front counter, Sergeant, who wants to speak to you. He was here yesterday, and I told him you weren't here, but I asked him, can I help him? And he said, no, he wanted to talk to you. So I'm letting you know he's back because I don't want you to jump on me." And I'm cool. Okay, no problem. So the guy comes in, he tells me what he needs, and I take care of him. So as we were finishing up the conversation, I said, "Oh, by the way," I said, "My soldier told me you came yesterday looking for me." He said, "Oh, yeah, like that." I says, and he said, "You asked specifically for me. Do I know you from somewhere? Did we have an encounter?" Because I didn't remember the guy like that. And he said, "No." I said, "But," he said, "No." I said, "But you asked specifically for me." He said, "Oh, that." He says, "A friend of mine who has been over here, blah, 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 that needed stuff done. I ran into him." He says, "When you go there, don't ask for nobody but Sergeant Red if you want it done." He said, "That's why I asked specifically for you." Blew me away, made my day. And so that aura you give off, that presentation you get, sometimes it's not even in the words you say, it's how you conduct yourself. And then whoever that was took what I did and was spreading it out in the community, and more money was coming in from other customers, and I didn't even know. So this, what we're talking about, isn't just a mechanical thing. It isn't just a quote unquote business thing. To me, it's a money thing if you're in business to make money. So that just came to mind. And of course, I would pat myself on the back, but I had no clue that I was giving off that type of impression. But one of the things I said to my soldiers were, every customer that comes in here every family member's coming in, you should treat them like it's yours. Because that's what you would want if you were sitting on the other side of that counter.
That's true.
So just wanted to share that. Keep it moving.
No, thank you very much for sharing that, because it you own it. Like it's not just that. And thank you, because you helped put into words. Sometimes the words don't come out that way, but thank you, because you just broke it down.
Can I add a little 2 cents to that?
Yes, ma'am.
That what just came to me. So we're talking about the incident, well, it started with the incident that Uncle Jerome had, and how we can use ChatGPT to go and find a better solution or better, more professional way to respond to a client that may, or a customer that may be. But what just came to me as you were searching, and I was, waiting to see what the response was, it came to me, I want to use Chef J as an example because she has a restaurant, that it can also be used for you to respond when you receive a review. Because a lot of times when you have a restaurant, I know in the hotel business, they're always giving reviews if they have a bad experience, a good experience, etc. And management has to go back and respond to those complaints, those negative complaints. And that would be another way that you can use ChatGPT to make your work easier. That can help you go, write a response to those specific complaints versus sitting there trying to. So that was something that I just got out of that is beneficial.
Extremely, extremely beneficial. Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
It's so great that you said that, Miss Shelley, because that's what I actually did yesterday. I had a bad review on Google. I was checking my reviews and I did not know I had a bad review from a wedding from 6 weeks ago. But my customer service is great, and I stand on that. Everything I do for anybody, I always ask you before I leave. I walk up to you and ask you, how was your service? And I want you to tell me. I'm the type of person, I know everybody's not going to like my food. I know everybody's not going to be happy with me. I'm okay with that. So I read the review. The lady never called me. She never told me. Before the end of her wedding, I went up to her and I asked her and her husband, how was everything? And they said it was great. But in actuality, it was not. So she left a long review just saying, because she ordered brunch. And I pre-packaged the brunch because I thought I was doing something great, because I know when you're having a wedding, people are getting their makeup done, they're getting their hair done, everybody is all over the place. So we never had the discussion whether she wanted a buffet style or pre-packaged. So I pre-packaged it for everybody, dressed it up nice, put the fruit on it, powdered sugar, they had chicken and waffles, syrup, everything. She actually miscounted, and it was for 16 people instead of 14 people. So 2 people didn't get a brunch. But I drove an hour away too. So the food wasn't cold. It was just lukewarm because I have a bag, an insulated bag. So that was a problem. But she said her husband came to me and asked me a question, and I gave him an attitude. And I know that's a lie because I don't give my clients attitude. Like, if you don't like something, I'll give you something free to make your experience even more better. Like, I'm coming back. Like, I'm not playing. Like, let me make this up to you. I'm that type of person. So I used Chat to write her a long email. And in my email, and that's why I said Chat has a sense of humor, because I also put up in there, tell them that, put up in there the distance, and also put up in there that I did talk to you, and also put up in there that I wish you would have personally came to me and told me this so I could rectify it and make it better. Because I don't check my Google reviews like that, but now I will check it weekly because I didn't know that clients really actually left me reviews. So just adding on to what you said, you use Chat and put up in Chat what y'all wanted to say in your words, but also tell them how you want it to come out. But like I said, Chat has a very great sense of humor. It's funny. Like, I'm not playing. Like, it will spit some funny stuff. If you tell it, I want it funny, it's gonna spit out funny. Like, so yeah.
No, thank you, Chef J. Thank you very much. And
Well said, Chef Jay. I know that email was good too.
I'm curious too, Miss Adrian.
Yeah, it was good.
so here we go. I have a customer complaint. Please take this customer complaint and give me an empathetic and sympathetic yet professional response. Also, after you generate, actually, no, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that after the fact. So first, I want to respond to the customer. Here's the complaint. I was so mad the first time I filled the bottle. This was from a water bottle company. Opened to take a drink and got sprayed with water. Oh, that's happened to me before. I didn't know that was okay. Played around with the straw attachment to see if it was that. Nope. The second, third, and fourth time, I was so over it. It literally sits on the shelf, unused now, because we are tired of getting soaked. That's actually happened to me before. Like I've opened up. Yeah, it's weird to just.
Yeah, it's that colorful water bottle that they have with all the measurements on it and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got one of those. I ain't had that.
Yeah. This one is a 32 ounce. I think yours is bigger, but yeah.
Yeah, it's over there. It's been a while. Okay, so now look, here we go. Let's see what ChatGPT is going to come up with. Because remember, we want to over deliver and overperform. This is just step one. As soon as Carlos gives me. So he's analyzing right now. Carlos, oh, there we go. Dear valued customer, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience you've experienced with our product. We understand how frustrating it can be to encounter issues like the one you described, and we genuinely appreciate you bringing it to our attention. We apologize for any frustration or inconvenience caused by the unexpected spraying of water. This is certainly not the experience we want our customers to have. We take quality control very seriously, and we will thoroughly investigate this matter to identify and address the root cause. Your feedback is invaluable to us, and we assure you that we are committed to resolving this issue promptly. In the meantime, we would like to offer you a replacement for your current bottle, free of charge. Please provide us with your contact information and we will arrange for the replacement to be sent to you at the earliest convenience. Again, we apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you, and we appreciate your patience and understanding. We value your satisfaction as our customer, and we are dedicated to providing you with a positive experience with our products. If you have any further concerns or questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to our customer support team. We are here to assist you. Thank you for bringing this matter to our attention.
I'm like what Chef Jay just said. Explain.
There you go. And what I was going to do was ask them for suggestions for helping, but they put it in the response.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you give it what you want and then let it see what it's going to give you. And then when you read the response, if you have questions about that or you want to incorporate more, then you ask from what they said. Because yeah, they're going to listen. They give you suggestions. They give you examples of some. You know, let me be quiet because yeah. But no, but I wanted to see how it was. The only difference was you said you had a customer complaint. You didn't say you had an unruly customer. There's a difference. You said you had a customer complaint. Customer complaints are your customer complaints, but an unruly customer, you know what I mean, is coming at you all kinds of crazy. So now you feel me? That's where you might get your little that's where you get your funny from Chibit, because it'll show them how to be back in rule real quick. Like take 2 steps back, bro. Take some water, walk down the park or something.
Gotcha. So I have an unruly customer that has been rude to my staff, rude to my management team, and has posted rude and give me another word, y'all. Rude and
Negative.
Derogatory.
Derogatory, there you go.
there we go.
I was thinking belligerent.
Derogatory. It
Yeah,
makes
there you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And derogatory things about my company on social media. I would like to write hold on social media. We have done everything possible for this customer, and they are still unsatisfied with our services. I would like you to write a professional yet stern
That's it. That's what these nice, nasty.
email asking this customer to cease. I think that's how you, and
Yep.
desist.
Oh, I'm liking this already.
Is it DESIST?
Yes, cease and desist.
There you
Thank
go.
you. And desist.
Legal doctor.
I would like to write a professional yet stern email asking this customer to cease and desist. But I would like for you to write this email in a sympathetic manner. I want this customer to understand that we have done everything they have asked, and they are still going out of their way. Now I'm speaking. I'm
You have gone above and beyond, because you said that already up there.
I want the customer to understand that we have
Yeah, gone above and beyond. You already said that you
above
tried.
and beyond what they have asked, and they are still going out of their way to discredit my company.
And we trying not to tell them that they are hell bound. Oh,
So let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
So saying sympathetic will probably means that the response will be an apologetics response, right?
Possibly. I don't know what
Yeah,
ChatGPT may
oh,
spit
okay.
out.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I was
But
gonna say, but because she put it in there, like if you take it out, it'll just give it to her the way that it's like, because you said sympathetic, it's gonna make it sympathetic. If you don't say sympathetic, if you just tell it what it is, if you like basically, I have an unruly customer, the rude staff, the rude and me. We have done everything possible to the customer and the satisfaction. I want the customer to understand that we have. You need to put in there that about the hellbound thing, because that's serious. Because you want that in there, because they'll write that nicely. That's the thing.
come on,
They
Lisa.
2 minutes away.
We
They
trying to
2
get it.
minutes away.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
done
We
already
trying to get
said
it to
cease
twerk
and
it to
desist
let
your
it be known.
behavior now.
Right. You need to keep, you need to switch this, because you done did what you needed to do. We done went above and beyond all that you've asked and everything, and you're still going out of your way to discredit the company. And we
Right.
need this message. We need it to be resolved, because
Deanna, I
Uh-oh.
hope that at the end you would put, please feel free to use a sense of humor when you write this.
I love the fact that all of y'all are helping me generate this prompt. Come on, let's do this. All
Yeah,
right.
because sympathy is going, because you're being malicious. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay.
Okay,
And
Ms.
There's a
that's,
Wanda.
difference.
So
Okay,
we
Ms.
Well,
gotta
Wanda.
apologize.
that's the whole
sympathy's
point.
not gone, but you're being sympathy's there. However, you're calling him a butthole without calling him a butthole. Oop, did I say
No, I
that out loud? Sorry. But
understand,
anyway, but
but the
yeah, you're
sympathy is
letting them
going.
know, you know, we've done what we have to do. I almost would say, you know, thank you, but we give you permission not to be our customer. That's what I would go there, but still do it nicely.
Exactly. Exactly. Remember, Antonio would say, I know that you can, that's when you you give them a reference to your competitor. You tell them that you can go over there and probably get better service. Like, get out of our archive, right?
So we know that's a customer go.
Yeah. If you
That
want,
part. Just saying.
if you want to go ahead and to put your business elsewhere, I am sure there's someone that would enjoy your business, but it ain't it over here. And I'm,
Well, just see what.
and
That's why I said don't feed it too much of the negative. Just watch and see what chat
Yeah.
will do. Because Chip is gonna do it for you. It's gonna do it for you. It's
Y'all
gonna
ready?
tell them where to go, how to go, and where to go and get it.
Are y'all ready for this? I'm finna hit enter. Let's see what
okay.
this.
Please hit enter. I am waiting.
Seeking resolution and restoring harmony. I hope this email finds you well. Hello.
Uh-oh, that's right up there with per our previous email.
I wanted to reach out to you personally.
See, even I just want to say this before you go read through the whole thing. Right there at that part where it said, "I hope this email finds you." See, right there, it already knew that they was hell bound because you keep on trying. You coming for me? Don't come for me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You gonna love how the third sentence start first and foremost, but it's sympathetic first and foremost. I'd like to express my sincere empathy for your dissatisfaction you may have felt. In my head, I'm saying, I can't. I'm not going. I
see, empathy, but not sympathy. There's a difference because that's what helps. That sympathy thing that should be removed is what moves people to people walking on top of them. No, I don't want you to walk on top of me. I am empathetic to your feelings and what you're going through. However,
I would
you're
love
not
to
going to
hear
do
it.
that.
Let her read it. I'd love to hear it.
I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to reach out to you personally to address the recent concerns you've expressed about our services and your overall experience with our company. First and foremost, I'd like to address my sincere empathy for any dissatisfaction you may have felt. We take pride in our commitment to exceptional customer service, and it deeply saddens us to learn that we have fallen short of your expectations. We understand that frustrations can arise, and we genuinely appreciate your willingness to share your feedback. It is through constructive dialogue that we can strive to improve and offer an even better experience for all of our customers. Nevertheless, I would like to address the issue of the manner in which your grievances have been expressed, particularly on social media. We have made extensive efforts to accommodate your requests and rectify any concerns that have been brought to our attention. Our team has diligently worked to find creative solutions going above and beyond the norm to meet your needs. Regrettably, despite our best endeavors, it appears that we have not been successful in meeting your specific requirements. While we understand that it's impossible to please everyone, it's important for us to maintain a respectful and harmonious environment for both our customers and our staff. The recent derogatory comments on social media have not only been disheartening for our team, but they also undermine the mutual understanding and trust that we strive to cultivate with our valued clientele. We sincerely hope to find a resolution that will restore both your faith in our company and our ability to provide exceptional service. We kindly request that you refrain from further derogatory comments or actions that may tarnish our company's reputation. We believe that open and respectful communication is the key to finding a mutually beneficial resolution to any issues we may have encountered. In the spirit of finding common ground, I invite you to engage in a constructive conversation with us. We genuinely want to better understand your concerns and find a suitable solution. Our aim is to ensure your satisfaction while preserving the goodwill and integrity of our company. Please feel free to contact me directly at I am committed to personally addressing your concerns and working towards a resolution that leaves both parties satisfied. I genuinely believe that we can find a way to rectify the situation and rebuild our relationship in a positive and respectful manner. Thank you for taking the time to read this message, and I genuinely look forward to hearing from you soon. Let's work together to resolve this matter and restore harmony between us. Warm regards, and then there go your information.
That was like,
Don't
take
say
this
no
and
joke.
eat it.
Regards.
So artificial intelligence is more than just some new program to play with. Artificial intelligence can protect you. Artificial intelligence can build your customer loyalty. Because at this
Artificial
point,
intelligence can keep you from whooping somebody's ass.
come on, Uncle Rummy Wrong.
That's the one.
Because y'all know, Antonio says he fires customers. He fires customers. So at this point, once you receive this email, if we can't work this out, guess what? You're fired.
No love lost either, because it said in there, we are trying to work it out. We normally do work it out. But if you are not one of those people, then we can dig it. Because it did. It wrote it in there. It said it put it in there. And then it said something about we like to communicate effectively. And what you're doing right now is ineffective communication. So you need to fix how you're going to talk to us. Because if you are going to talk to us, if you have a problem, there's a way that you come to my staff about the problem. So therefore we can rectify the problem. But if we cannot rectify the problem and you can continue this furtherly go on the way you're going about it, we want you to know that our company standards say that you are no longer involved in us, because we have integrity over here and we will not allow you to dampen our nudes anymore. And have a good day. And it told you, I look forward. It didn't say we can't wait to hear back from you. It said, I look forward, Mr. Phil. It said, I look forward. Sometimes when Chibbit talks to me and it says, don't forget, and I say, I have to don't remember, excuse me, we look forward. We don't, I fix mine. I make him fix it. He's fixed the whole bottom paragraph for me just because he left he bid them well in the wrong way. Don't say can't wait. We don't can't wait nothing. We look forward. Your letter said I look forward to it from the gate.
Okay, so maybe look,
You
maybe
don't hear that
Carlos
subtle
has something
cease and
else.
desist response in there.
Yeah, but I sure
Shut
did.
up, basically.
Now,
Oh boy, Carlos.
Jay was saying about putting.
You better watch your mouth.
You want. You put your phrases in there. You put how you want to say it, and then it will generate the letter. But it will make sure that the phrases that you use, it will go back in it, and it also used above and beyond. Like we have tried this thing. We've gone above and beyond. So, like, but anything that you say that in your heart of heart you want in there, you plug it into the Chibbit, and then they will spit it out, regurgitate it, and so it comes about in your words. So it's together. So no one can tell you that the thing wrote it by itself, because you really did feed it. You gave it the prompt.
There you go.
And I wish I had that when we had to deal with several of the customers here. And truth be told, it was 3 of the customers that was coming in, and they were continuously causing some drama and trauma within the store. And so, being who I am, I simply wouldn't address it. Console them, did what needed to be done, and did everything that that we talking about. That's why I say that there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. There's a difference
Mhm.
because when I went to management and I told them that the trouble that these customers were continuing to escalate, they were like, okay, well, we'll just see where it go. And my suggestion was to nip it in the bud and handle it because it was going really too far. However, they continued to let it go. So one of the cashiers was extremely offended because they called her a house nigger. And that's just not cool. And it was three of them together, and that's just not cool. That's not cool. So then they had to go above that and then ban them and then be watchful for the other people that are coming in. My thing is just to get it done, nip it in the bud. I understand how you feel and all of that other good stuff, but to be sympathetic to something that you are maliciously engaging in, yeah, no. Just saying, that's just Sandra Lucky.
No, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Grace, check the chat for me real quick. Okay. The reason being is, imagine, okay, because what Miss Sandra said, if we could have this, put it on your phone if you need to, because sometimes you need artificial intelligence to be with you, like you carry your phones. Put it on your phone. If someone come at you, make a quick message, let them know, like, hey, I appreciate you approaching me. Let me absorb what you just said, and let me go over and review what you just said, and I'll give you a response to that. And from there, you go into ChatGPT, you do what you got to do, and give them their response. But at the same time, we also have to focus on the positive, because we're talking about customer loyalty, customer support when it comes to artificial intelligence. So I asked Grace if she can give me a positive review from that same site, because not only do we want to address the negative reviews with sympathy and positivity, but we also want to award our customers for their loyalty. We want to tell them, we love you for being a customer. We thank you for being a customer. See, we do it as CEOs in life. When we address all the negative stuff that happens, we got a lot to say for that, but we also need to, reward the positive as well. So this is my prompt that I'm using. I received a wonderful review regarding one of my products, and I would like to respond to this and offer this customer something wonderful for their loyalty. Can you write me a happy and excited response to this review and give an offer to this customer? Here's the review. I really, really struggle to drink enough water. If it's not carbonated or flavored, I usually don't drink it. Oh, I understand your struggle.
Sounds like me. Okay.
Because vanilla Coke calls my name on a daily. I don't drink it daily, but it called my name on a daily. Let me tell you something. The accountability to the time markers on this bottle are a game changer for me. My family was shocked. I actually drank 64 ounces in one day of just water. That's the size of mine, Grace. I love the way the bottle feels, which I actually do because it has this weird velvety feel to it. I removed a small rubber vent stopper from the lid, and it helps the water flow through the straw. They just fixed the problem that the other customer was having.
Yep.
I can chug when the time is close to the next hour and stay on track. The color is lighter in person than the pictures. It almost looks like one color instead of green to blue. I definitely love this bottle and will be getting more for my family. I actually have like
Can you send me these prompts, please?
Shh, I got you. Got you. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and copy this. All right.
And
Let me go to
yeah, when you can, the unruly one too.
I got you. All right, here is that one. Okay, remind me of the unruly Grace because I'm gonna run this one. All right, and here we go. Carlos is ChatGPT is thinking. Thank you so much for your amazing review. We're thrilled to hear that our Just Water bottle has been a game changer for you in staying hydrated. It's truly heartwarming to know that our product has helped you overcome the challenge of drinking enough water. We're overjoyed that the time markers on the bottle have provided you with the accountability you needed. We designed them with the intention of making hydration a more enjoyable and manageable experience. Your accomplishment of drinking 64 ounces of just water in a day is truly impressive, which it is. If y'all have never tried to drink 64 ounces of water in a day, that is freaking impressive. I can get through a half a jug. One day I did a whole jug and I was proud of myself. I didn't do it after that, but I was proud for that one day. You know, that one day was, I did it. It meant a lot to me. We appreciate your feedback about the small rubber vent stopper. It's wonderful to hear that it has enhanced the water flow and made it easier for you to stay on track with your hydration goals. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that feedback, I'm gonna go back to my people. I'm gonna say, hey, is there a way we can fix this? Who else has complained about this? Let's replace their bottle, or let's send out an email letting everyone know, like, hey, have you guys been having issues with this? Well, we figured out what it is. Here it is. Now we have created a new flow, or we tell them how to fix that issue. So this one thing helped with several customer loyalty issues, because the first one, who was tripping, we can go when we have that face-to-face, when we have that conversation, that sit-down conversation with them, we can let them know, well, we have fixed the issue. And here's what the issue was. And here's how you fix that issue. But how you went about it, we will not tolerate. That's what the email said. Just said the email said, which cease and desist. Okay. Regarding the color, we apologize if it appears lighter in person than in the pictures. We always strive to provide accurate representations of our products, but slight variations may occur due to lighting and other factors. Nonetheless, we're delighted that you love the bottle and want to share the love with your family. As a token of our gratitude for your loyalty and wonderful review, we would like to offer you an exclusive discount on your next purchase. Please check your email for a special code that can be used to receive whatever the discount is off your next order. We hope this shows how much we value your support and encourages you to continue enjoying the benefits of Just Water. Once again, thank you for choosing Just Water and for sharing your positive experience. We look forward to serving you and your family in the future. Now, with that response to the review, how do you think that customer loyalty level will be for that particular customer? So there you go. So not only can you use ChatGPT to respond to a message in a professional manner, but they got you all, they done, the graph, they done, effed around and found out, and right there, at that point, we done all been there with them. They done fooled around and found out, but we know that our response will not be appropriate. You can use ChatGPT for that, but we're also looking at customer loyalty. So not only do we have to address the unruly customers, which Grace, that message is now in chat for you, we also have to address the customers who are loyal to us, who are excited about our products. And we have to show them that, and we use ChatGPT for that. Now, with that being said, let me go back because I want to do something that Ms. Adrian said earlier. So with this email, now what I can do now what I can do, Miss Stephanie, I can go back and say, can you give me a list of offers that I can give to this customer for their wonderful customer loyalty to the product. And what I want to do is space. Can you give me a list of 5 offers? Bam. All right. Certainly, here it is. A free extra bottle, discounted bundle, personalized engraving, VIP access, and referral program bonus.
That's good.
Because I want to make sure that I show this customer how much I appreciate them. I want to make sure I give them something. So, okay, these 5 are great.
So wait, I was gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just tell it you like 3 and 4 and now write the letter.
There you go. Okay, so we have, give me 5 more. I like the personal engraving. Who? Because ain't nobody else gonna have their name engraved on their water bottle.
No,
Look.
Deanna, you can just say number 3 and number 4.
Thank you, Ms.
And it'll
Adrian.
give it to you. Yep.
Okay, so I like number 3 from the first set of ideas. Can you give me more information on how to go about this
Or
one
no,
and right?
no, that's just the, say you like number 3.
I can't hear you, Miss Adrian. You went muffled on me.
Oh, I'm
There you
sorry.
go.
Say you like number 3, and then just ask it to write the letter. And it'll give you everything. It's gonna give you the incentives of all that. But it's going to address it like, thank dear loyal customer, thank whatever. And it's gonna go in there from that using number 3.
There you go. Because we did say check your email. So can you write a letter? Can you write an email to this customer for me, letting them know this is their gift? And can you write it?
You appreciate them for being a loyal customer. And then see what it do.
Loyal customer. Bam. All right, here we go. Oh, they did it from the first. We hope this email finds you in high spirits. We wanted to take a moment to express our heartfelt appreciation for your unwavering loyalty and support as a valued customer of Just Water. Your recent review filled us with joy and reinforced our commitment to keeping you hydrated and happy. As a token of our gratitude, we are thrilled to offer you an exclusive gift, your very own personalized hydration plan. We understand that staying hydrated is essential to your well-being, and we want to make it even easier and more enjoyable for you. Look at that. Our team of hydration experts has carefully crafted a plan tailored specifically to your needs and lifestyle. Oh, look, and then to access your plan, simply click the link below. And we genuinely believe that this plan will be a game changer for you, just as you mentioned our Just Water bottle has been for your hydration goals. We are immensely grateful for your trust and loyalty, and we want to ensure that your experience with Just Water goes above and beyond our exceptional products. So here's the email from number 3. not that one, but this one. Personalized hydration plate.
So now, you know what that, so what that shows, okay, so y'all, what I be saying in my prompts, sometimes I go from the simplest, like I have the point, but then I go from the simplest because you see how it in just it do the thing on just the simplest. And
Yep.
then from there, it pulls out things that you never even thought of. So then you have like a whole nother way that you can then ask it to break that down or give examples of this. And like, so I wanted you to do that so that it didn't have any prompts in it, but they could see exactly what it is and how it, like, if you can't copy and paste the whole number 5 of what it says, just say number 5 or and the computer of it is still the computer. So
Yes.
that's what makes it great. But then you see how it just enhanced it and it gave it all those things that you were about to say in the prompt to do. It did it
Yep.
because it just did it. So it's like sometimes you could just watch it do it and then go back and pick paragraph I put, like, because it'll give you like an example and then it'll say like this. And so if it knows something, it'll, if you tell it already who you are, what you are about, remember that prompt that Antonio always tells us, like, you are this, that's always a good prompt because then you're within that whole cycle. It's
Right.
sitting there like that thing that you told it that it was. So
Exactly.
everything that you ask, it's gonna, it builds off of that. But that was all.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Adrian, yeah, man, look, Miss Adrian don't sleep on nothing. She own it. So now you see how using artificial intelligence can help you overachieve and overperform when it comes to your customer loyalty. It helps CYA when somebody done fooled around and found out. And then it helps you tell Chef Jay, thank you so much for being such a wonderful customer here. And we want to show you our appreciation by giving you this. It's both and, but you have to use it. When you change your mindset about artificial intelligence, or when you change your mindset about the type of CEO you are, this will flow with it. Because if you're in the mindset of, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be bothered, I ain't got time for this, I don't want this. When you have that mindset, using artificial intelligence is going to be so hard for you because it's so much extra to do. But when you're in the mindset of, man, I want to make sure that this customer knows we really appreciate them, you're going to appreciate artificial intelligence for helping you put into words that the stuff you can't think of because you have 50 million things in your head, or you're going to appreciate artificial intelligence when it cuts your time in half. Imagine having to write 10 emails to 10 customers, thanking them for their loyalty with just your brain. I don't know about y'all, but that would take me all day. Because I have to sit here and think about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. I have to think about what I'm going to give to them. How am I going to prepare what I'm going to give to them? How will they receive it? I know I need to send the email, but I also need to prepare the link and all this and all that. And I don't even know what to gift them. But artificial intelligence just told you, these are the things that you can give them. And then Adrian said, just pick a number. You know what? I like number 3. Write me an email for number 3. And it wrote the email and told you, in the email said, click this link for this. So that tells me how I'm going to deliver this gift to the customer. Use your artificial intelligence. Use ChatGPT, use NVIDIA, use Descript, use all of them. Use Midjourney because it enhances who you naturally are and it helps you to over deliver and it helps you to overperform. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoyed this morning's class. I would like to hear what Miss Stephanie thinks about what she has seen so far, if she's willing. Oh, okay. Well, Miss Stephanie, if you have anything that you would like to express on what you've seen so far and how how you think it will help you, you're very much welcome to, if you're available. As Aunt Shelley said, if you're willing and or if you're available. She must be tied up. Okay.
And she may be at work.
Yeah. But I want to thank you all. Do not fear, excuse me. Do not fear artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is your friend. And when you get ahead of it, it was a video, I think it was a video Antonio shared with us or something like that. I can't remember. But if you get ahead of it, use it to your advantage, there's nothing you can't do. All right, Ms. Grace, do we have anything? I know we have Pain 2020.
Yes,
there-
Pain 2020. I was hoping Renee was still on. Pain 2020 with Prophet Jay and Coach Renee. That'll be at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I will put in Discord and send to people who aren't in Discord individually the link for, because it's going to go on Facebook Live on the Assembly of Wanderers page. So I'll send that to everyone. If something changes, I'll let you all know if they're not happening. But other than that, that's it for today.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. You can plan better. You can dominate. We will see y'all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Good night. Love you all. Have a great day.
Love you more.